Hey everyone, how are we doing? We got 20 people watching, tuning in. Sorry I missed last week. I was doing some pretty major surgery on the For All Kerbal Kind mod pack. That is being worked on, just so you guys know. We're on a little bit of a hiatus because N9 has been really busy. So I thought, well, while he's busy, why don't I overhaul the mod pack? Get things up to the latest versions, things that we can update to the latest versions. Of course, we can't update RP1 any further as we're on the last legacy version. But we can update RO capsules and things, and I still needed to add support for certain spacecraft. Like I wanted to add Spiral, the Soviet answer to the dinosaur space plane, into the tech tree. And I've been working on that today, actually. But we also moved over to GitHub, which is long overdue. So we've got version control, or actually got proper releases and everything. I'm not just posting a changelog in a YouTube pinned comment, which was definitely not the way to be going. But that's why I sort of missed last week because, yeah, I was in the middle of the port to GitHub and the other guys couldn't do any work on their saves until I'd sort of made that new install and they'd got that up and running. So I had to sort of spend last weekend doing that. But that bit's all done now. I am still working on it, but they're able to actually be working on their episodes. So hopefully we should see a return to For All Kerbal Kind episodes very soon. Every update we make makes it easier to make the series, and it makes the series prettier and everything. I know that's no real comfort when you've been waiting months for an episode, but every single episode I'm like, it's fine, we streamlined the install, we've made things better, and now it will be faster to make them. And then we do like 2 episodes and then that's not the case anymore. But you know, what can you do? Only one person, basically I'm the only one really working on the mod pack. Carnasso's giving me some help, particularly with the GitHub. He's got some pull requests and things, but it's predominantly me working on it. So you know, these things take some time. And quite often N9 installs it wrong, and we have to do it about 5 times. And he only realizes after 3 episodes. Anyway, how are we all? We've got Fabuki, we've got Vector, Cheese Toasties, Will, Frosty Moon's here. Hey Frosty, how you doing, bud? Velociraptor. Yeah, we've got some well-known names here. Rad, Black Eagle, Cubico, Tyrannosaurus Studios. Fabuki saying version control is always useful, said by the person who never puts any projects on GitHub anymore. Honestly, it's the first public GitHub I've ever made. I use it loads, particularly with work, obviously. But yeah, it's the first time I've actually put anything I've done on GitHub. So it's a first to me. The README doesn't look great at the moment, but Carnassa is amazing at beautifying those kind of things. Been quite a while since I checked on Juno stuff, says Max. Yeah, well, I mean, it's been at least 2 weeks for me. What's this big check mark up here? Steam Planes, Trains, and Automobiles Fest. Ah. Okay, good to know. Let's go back to the game. So, Tyrannosaurus says, I keep crashing my PC when I launch KSP RP1. Well, you need to be running it in 64-bit mode, and you need a fair bit of RAM if you're running the visual mods. If you're running RSS Reborn, you don't want to be running with less than like 32 gigabytes of RAM, honestly. You'll struggle otherwise. But yeah, if you're not using RSS Reborn, maybe you could get by with 8, but you really need 16 with all the part mods and everything. Jonas says they've read my Venus rover concept. What did you think? What did people think of that video, by the way? I was really proud of that video. So I'm curious as to what people thought of it. It's doing quite well, actually. The video was a little slow to start, and then it's sort of actually done pretty well views-wise. So I'm pretty happy. It's had legs, so to speak. Now, last time we sent a Druid into orbit, and we kind of accidentally went to 2 of Drew's moons. And then we unlocked was it orbital maneuvers? We have the RCS nozzles now, but what we definitely unlocked was system engineers. So maximum active crafts increased, we get some new contracts, and we get orbit lines, so we actually know our trajectory, and I assume that means we can see the lines of the moons. We can't plan maneuvers yet, and I think this is really the next one we want to grab, see if we can get that today. But yeah, being able to see orbit lines is going to make it a lot easier to go back to Luna. Now, I massively overbuilt my orbital spacecraft last time. I was building it for like 10 kilometers a second of delta V. Of course, I'm used to playing Realism Overhaul in KSP. It turns out you only need like 3.5 to max 4.5 kilometers a second delta V to get into orbit around Drew. So yeah, we massively overbuilt that, and yeah, I had a lot. I say a lot. I had a few comments giving me some pointers. Yeah, we can probably strip back that rocket a bit. Although it did get us all the way to Luna and back, but even then it was overbuilt. We went into orbit and everything. But let's have a little look at the contract that we accepted. So we got this Lunar flyby contract. Now we don't actually need to go into orbit, so I think we can strip back that rocket a little bit. We don't need the massive boosters. I think we just maybe make those core engines a little bigger, maybe stretch the main stage, and we'll see if we can do it like that. Now, this is going to give us a massive reward. We found out last time the hard way that recovery from the other side of the planet is ridiculously expensive. So this time we'll try and also land back near our space center. We landed about as far away as we could last time. Now, could we also do some small sat missions while we're doing it? No, let's not overcomplicate things. Let's do this lunar flyby contract and just tweak the Soplika rocket that we created last time. So as you see, we still haven't unlocked the nose cone parachutes, but these are all proper parachutes. These are all drogue parachutes, but there seemed to be enough last time for us to splash down safely, so that's okay. But yeah, I don't think we need these massive boosters. So look at the amount of delta V we have. Now there is a Juno delta V map. I know it's not exactly accurate anymore since they updated the Juno system a little bit. So there's one for the Juno system V2.1, and this one says about 4 kilometers a second to low Drew orbit, and then if we want to go to Luna, which is, yeah, that's where we're going, we need another 1300 really to get an encounter. So really we need 5,500 or 6,000 really if we want to have plenty of wiggle room. So we'll go for 6,000. So we're still, yeah, we're overbuilt. We can definitely get rid of these side boosters. It was great. I especially like the digs at the tuition fees of someone who was quite majorly in debt with not much to show for it. Yeah, that's. I had a lot of comments, even from Americans being like, "Wow, imagine only being in that much debt," and then a lot of Europeans and Scots being like, haha, imagine paying tuition fees. Like, what a broad range of responses. So yeah, it's like, yeah, you're getting screwed over, but not as much as some people and way more than other people. Can't complain too much though. I did get a good job out of it. My dream job, in fact. So okay, that's lowered our delta V quite a lot. We really want about 6. Isn't it all our stages? It isn't all of our stages. Okay. How much is in this top stage? Because I remember... maybe our staging isn't. Let's have a little look. So we got those 4 and... the interstage is activating here, which is not what we want. That's why our delta V is messing up. So... let's rearrange this a little bit. So the fairing base goes there. Parachutes here. Actually, I can go in the same one. Then we want those engines. Why is it got all 3? Goodness me. Okay, this staging has gone a bit scuffy-wuffy, hasn't it? Let's slap. So those 2 engines there. Then we want the gnome engine. And that interstage there. That's a bit better. That's a lot better, isn't it? Wow. So, I mean, that's already big enough to do this mission. This is already a perfectly capable vehicle. We don't even need that many stages. There we go. Let's put some RCS on this thing. I think that'd be a good idea. Because it was a little bit awkward to control before. So I think let's slap some RCS on this part of the rocket up here. So where is it? I assume it's going to be somewhere around here. RCS nozzle, here we go. And we just need to have a little fuel tank filled with a bit of monopropellant. That's very doable. So, multi-directional. So they actually gimbal move around. But I think we'll just have some bog standard ones. Then again, it's not going to let us rotate. So, actually, on second thought, yeah, we will just keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. And have 4 of those. And then I think we'll need another fuel tank, just with a little bit of monopropellant in it. Here we are. Just a small one. And you are filled with monopropellant. There we are. Okay, should we make this rocket look a little better, or do you guys just want to go straight to space? I fully understand if it's the latter. Have a look at the chat. The Venus rover was really cool and different from what you do. I really enjoyed it. It's a shame it's not getting hundreds of thousands of views. It should. Well, that's very kind of you to say, Cubco. Some paint might be nice. Use the simple ones. Make sure you have them mounted on the block in the style of the Saturn V service module. Yeah, so that's these ones. Need to put them, yeah. Can you, do you have to like create a little block for them, or is there a sort of option on them? No, okay, you have to sort of create a little block for them so you can rotate and everything. That's why I realized, like, if you had to create a little RCS blocks for them, I think we just have the rotating gimbally ones. I know they're going to be a little bit more expensive, but that's all right. How much are these? These are 100k. These are... Ooh, okay, yeah. But then again, they are 4 times the price, but you don't need as many, so yeah, I guess it kind of works out. Okay, yeah, let's slap up a little bit of paint on this. I think this big stage is looking a little bit barren, so let's have a little look-see. Nice to have like a pattern or something on it. I think that's a little bit more fun. If we move... Oh. I did not intend for that to vanish. There we go. We move that there and we just shrink it a little bit. It fits. God dang it. You just use the offset tool. There we go. So it just fits in there nicely. Wunderbar. And then we can slap a little bit of... We can make it look a little bit Titan-esque, actually, with these 2 engines at the bottom. Let's do that. Let's make it look a little bit Titan-y. Look at the paint menu. Here we are. See if there are any themes that we like. No, not really. Right. Let's change this base color to more of a metallic. Kind of shine. We don't want a mission. Yeah, that looks a little bit cooler. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Let's replace the blue with... Let's go for red. Not sure about that. It's like a darker red. Semi-gloss. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's nice. And then the parachutes, they can be a little bit brighter. Yeah, that's a bit of fun. Here's the text. Do we want to put anything else on here? I think that's cool enough. Looks a little bit more interesting than it did before. Let's save that one as the something 2. So we'll keep the original one in case we do need a bit of a beefier rocket. Yeah, plenty of Delta V still. We've lost a little bit since we slapped that monopropellant on. I think that should be all the monopropellant we need. Possibly even overkill, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how much these thrusters actually use. We only need them for rotation, not translation. That should be good enough. Who are we sending on this mission? We got Yuri. We got Sally on there before. Okay, we took Sally last time, so we'll take Yuri this time. There we go. Cool. Let's do this. I think we have to launch from the alley pad. Can we launch from the Juno village pad? Maximum size is 10. Yeah, no. No way. Here we are. Unplugged Lamp was a fan of green and orange. If you don't have the block building part, then make a really small fuel tank, attach it to a really small probe, get the cube shape, and put more part for the RCS thruster. I think I do have the block, actually. I just couldn't be bothered to make little... you know, RCS thruster blocks. All right. Let's get this thing to Luna. Ah, it's nighttime. That makes this launch look kind of cool. Don't like the thrust to weight ratio on this. You might lose a lot of fuel in the first stage. Our thrust to weight ratio, I think, should be okay. I had it on vacuum, so it's a little deceptive. I think it should be all right, but I didn't really check, so we'll find out. But I think we might be okay. I think last time I had to throttle down these main engines. They just take a little while to spool up. Ah, no, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. You might, just maybe, be onto something. No, fair enough. Ah, okay. Yeah, you are exactly right. Okay, yeah, these engines need to be a bit bigger. Okay. Yep, you are correct. You want to thrust weight of at least 1.3, really. I think that's probably high enough. I don't want to really make engines any bigger. There we are. Right, that will be a bit better. Let's give that a go. Okay. Wrap a few sausages in the aluminium foil and toss them in the flame trench. The engineers need some snacks. Yeah, to go back to the vehicle assembly building and enlarge in those engines. Okay, yeah, I stand corrected, Velocity Raptor. I'm very, very sorry. Okay, right. Take 2. Let's give this another go. Also, I think I might change my settings a little bit. Because you notice there's a little like freeze on loading, and I think that's an LOD thing. Let's have a little look. It's going to be on quality. Physics distance, that's fine. It's terrain. Here we go. Obviously, the cube maps are fine because it generates them. That's why we don't want to reload. Ah, LOD is on 10. That'll probably do it. Let's change that to more like 6. Yeah, I think I slapped it up to max just to see if we can do it. But I think the LOD is what's chugging things a bit. So let's lower that down to 7. Let's see what that does for us. May take a minute to apply. There we go. See if that stops it stuttering a little bit. Okay. It's fine once the game's running, it's just on loading in. You'll probably notice it sort of freezes a little. We don't want the RCS on. How do we... it is just R to turn it off. Okay, cool. Okay, that is a much better thrust-to-weight ratio. I think our ambient light is a little low. I know I did actually lower it last time, but they've changed it in the most recent update. So, here we go. Ambient light. We absolutely lowered this. Is there an overall one? Okay, let's... I think the last time it was on... Oh, yeah, we don't want a 300. Let's put it to, like, 180. Let's try that. Is that a bit better? Like, the distant ambient light is still the same. Is it the attenuation? Ah, that's it. Okay. Now that looks weird. I think it was attenuation. If we just have this on 100%, but we get rid of the attenuation, I think that'd be a little bit nicer. Let's try... That looks a bit better. What do we think? No attenuation? I think no attenuation. Otherwise, it looks a little bit strange. I want to be able to see the far off terrain. LOD in combination with parallax can be a heavy hitter. Yeah, so that's why LOD was as high as it was, because I wanted the parallax scatters to go as far as possible. I think I was just testing, hey, how much can I push this? But yeah, obviously it was creating a fair bit of chugging on load. Just a little bit too much for my liking. I do have dynamic LOD on in the parallax settings, so I can adjust it to try and maintain frames, but perhaps I didn't set the factor that it could lower the LOD to low enough. Alright, we'll try and aim for a nice 100-kilometer orbit. It's a pretty cool looking rocket now, though. This looks a lot more elegant without the giant chunky fireworks bolted to the side of it. Might have had a slightly too aggressive gravity turn. Might just throttle the engines back, since we are on fire a bit. Get that RCS on now. How much fuel we got remaining in this tank? Not a huge amount. These engines slightly off of center. I feel like they are, because we keep sort of rocking back again, which is a little bit odd. You see what I mean? The RCS is having to compensate. Maybe that's just the gimbally RCS being weird and overcorrecting. I don't know. There we are. Yeah, outpost is a little bit higher than I intended, but I could have just turned the engines off and re-lit them. I'm too used to playing in Realism Overhaul where you only have one ignition. Although the number of engine ignitions is now a configurable thing in the engine XMLs. I've seen, particularly Deep Space Industries, talking about how all it would really take is someone with enough time to configure a bunch of parts, and you could make a very, very competitive Realism Overhaul within Juno New Origins without even needing to mod the game, just with the configuration that the game gives you. over its parts and the like. And its career mode. But it is, unfortunately, yet to be done. But if someone does it, I will be the first to play it. That's for sure. Right. I did not mean to enable mouse's joystick. I just wanted to have a little love tap out of the interstage. And there we are. Beautiful. That's quite a nice view. Check that out. Lovely. Okay. So, we are going to... okay, we don't actually quite get orbit lines for the moons. That's a little awkward. Well. Oh, no, we do. We just have to target it. Okay. Interesting. Right, how long until our apoptosis? We are about a minute, a little over a minute away. I don't really know how long it's going to take for us to circularize. So, is there a horizon you can lock to? Not quite. Okay. That's fine. How fast are we using that monopropellant? Okay, we seem to pack about the right amount. That's fine. Okay, cool. For all Juno kind coming soon. Honestly, I've been tempted for a while. I think I want to explore the stock system, particularly because the devs have put so much effort into this stock solar system, right? So I want to fully explore that before we start messing with anything. There are still planets in the stock Kerbal system I have never been to in the stock game because I got bored of the stock game that fast. I never went and actually just explored them. I started playing planet packs and all sorts. I think there's still a couple I haven't actually been to properly. So I don't really want to do that with Juno. I would like to actually explore. That's why this stream series is called Juno Conquest. I would like to, Conquest. Conquest? I would like to conquer the Juno system. That would be nice. There isn't an intimidating amount of planets and moons to explore. I reckon we can do it with within a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, knowing that unless you have it selected, you can't see the orbit lines of the moons, but I assume we need to get maneuver nodes. Oh no, you just need to zoom out enough. Okay. That's fine. Alright, we are nearing orbit. Tell you what I would like, and I would like a little Druid monitor, similar to how you can see your Kerbals sitting inside their capsules in the bottom right or something. I think, considering the fact that you can see them in there, and you can view. I think. Can I have a little look from my Druid's perspective? Maybe not. Maybe not in this kind of crew cabin. Might only be when you're in a cockpit. Maybe it doesn't have a internal view. Either that or I'm just an idiot. One or the other. Both very possible. Will this become a video series? Probably not. I'm very happy just keeping it as a stream series. I might maybe make like video summary episodes. That was my original plan for this, and then sort of life got in the way. I was gonna do summary episodes similar to how N9 used to do his N9SA stuff. I don't know. I think because just playing the stock game, there's probably not that much interest in that. if we did start doing more unique real scale solar system for all Juno kind, or for all Drew kind, I suppose it would be, kind of thing, maybe that would go down a bit better. Oh, N9's in chat. Look out, solar flare. Ah, so that's why you haven't been making your for all Kerbal kind episodes. Nah, no shit, I'm just messing. The updates to the mod pack do make it look absolutely incredible. I am looking forward to our next few episodes and when you guys get to see them. We're using BlackRack's new deferred rendering. Oh, man. Looks amazing. And RSS Reborn has had some updates. So there are now scatters on Earth as well, which is really fun. Right, yeah, we should have started burning that second stage engine a lot earlier. I'm still getting used to getting into Drew orbit. So let's just waste a bit of Delta V and get that. Not the Apoapsis, the periapsis. Up above, I believe it's 80 kilometers? I believe it's 80. It's 85 or something. We'll just go for 90. Just in case. Ah, put your druids in stable orbit for their first time. And we've done it 3 times. Apparently. Okay. Thought we'd only put 1 druid into orbit, but... fair enough. Black Eagle says, I guess I'll have to save up a lot more, buy a good PC. Might as well go for 64 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I'm going to upgrade from 32 to something insane like 128 or 256, just because I kind of need it for my video editing these days. So my next PC upgrade is going to be pretty incredible. That one should be sometime soon. In fact, I need a new case if I upgrade the memory and everything. I might as well go for a new case and motherboard and such as well. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty chunky PC upgrade. Because all the rest of my PC is future-proofed, but that's the one thing actually bottlenecking my video editing, and particularly the changes we're making to the For All Kerbal Kind mod pack is just the amount of memory I have. If I want to speed up my recording and video editing, I just need more memory. Just need a massive bottomless sea of RAM. So I'm erring on the side of 256 just because then I won't have to upgrade it again any time in the next like 10 years, most likely. Okay. Let's lock our target. So, as mentioned in the previous stream, but perhaps you didn't catch it, without orbit lines or maneuver nodes, the way to get to Luna, and this was just me guessing last time because this is something you can do not only in Realism Overhaul, but also stock KSP, is just wait till it comes over the horizon and then point at it and burn towards it. And it works in Juno as well. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going to do it a second time. Never needed more than my 32 gig of RAM. I have not needed more until recently-ish. And now, lo and behold, I do need more. Something for Senro says, didn't he say he's going to do pure full videos for Let's Plays? Yeah. I don't do Let's Play videos anymore. If I'm doing Let's Play stuff, it's going to be streams like this. So, you know, I might do heavily edited summary things of Let's Plays, but just a generic recording me playing the game, I don't do those anymore at all. I don't want to flood my upload page with them. And even this series is unlisted. It's in a playlist, so people can watch it if they want to. Or if they don't catch it live, you know, they know where to find it. But otherwise, I don't want to flood. I know there's a separate live section, but I don't want to flood my upload page with streams that not everyone may be interested in. Time to get my RP1 installed, 20 minutes to load. Does it work in real life? Yeah, it does work in Realism Overhaul. You'll notice in Apollo 13, it's one accurate shot of the moon coming over the horizon. That's when they start their translunar injection. Just interestingly, just how it works out. Anything about PCs with desktops, you can upgrade your RAM later. Yeah, you just need to make sure you've got enough slots, right? And you really want to be using the same size RAM sticks, otherwise it's not going to work flawlessly. So, for example, you don't want to really mix and match like a 64 gig stick of RAM and then a bunch of like 16 gig ones. You know, you really want them to be ideally even the same manufacturer if you want them to work smoothly together. Alright, we can probably speed this up a bit. Probably could have started my burn a little earlier. Let's just lock prograde. So we don't need to go into orbit again. We did go into orbit last time, but for this contract we just need to do a little flyby. And then once we've got the funds from that, and more importantly the tech points from that, and you get a bonus to tech point rewards. I believe we get tech points from this. I'm not sure. But if you have a druid on this mission, notice because it didn't specify you had to send a druid, you do get bonus rewards. That's the benefit to sending druids on missions. So it's kind of like an optional challenge and you get a bunch of extra stuff if you do. Yeah, you can see that we were eyeballing this. We may need to do an inclination change. To be fair, we don't even need to get close. We only need to enter the SOI. So if we could get a free return, that would be cool. We got pretty close last time. I mean, that's a very aggressive free return. Without having the capability to make a maneuver node. How are we going to get closer? We really need to rotate our orbit at about this point here. Can I, like, warp to here? Exactly. Okay, we'll just warp away from the planet. Look at the shiny! Nice shiny space capsule. Okay, and then eyeball our inclination change, which really wants to be about... yeah, about here. Now if we find our... is that our anti-normal? That might be the wrong one. Oh, I didn't want to fly by. I wanted to go into space-aligned orbit view. Here we go. So yeah, we want to turn our orbit upwards, so to speak. So yeah, that's about right. How much delta V do we have? 680. Okay, yeah, still plenty. So let's make this close approach. Why is our engine not firing? Our engine isn't firing. What's our orbit's not changing. We've got fuel. Oh, am I still? Oh, I'm still time warping. That's why. Oh, that was dumb. I was like, why can't I fire my engine? What's going on there? I was still in time warp because of course I was. Okay, here we are. Again, let's keep an eye on that delta V. Stage delta V 688. Okay, should be fine to do a little burn here. Okay, we adjusted our inclination. We're still encountering it a little late. Man, this is very... this is very jank. But we are going to probably want to just burn... prograde, I imagine? Because we want to sort of delay... yeah. Delay our intercept. Just checking we're not using our... yeah, we've got loads of delta V left. Okay, we're fine. Let's get that a little bit closer. and get that free return to just skim the atmosphere. Yeah, that's the kind of approach we want. Okay, cool. Nice. So we should do a little, not quite Apollo 8, but we have got our free return without maneuver nodes as well. And Nine's in chat. How you doing, bud? We're doing our second lunar flyby. The last one did go into orbit, but it was only supposed to go into Drew orbit. And then I just kind of accidentally had too much fuel. Right. Let's see where our target is. There it is. See one of the other moons over there. And there we go. Nice. Probably untarget that now. We still don't get our we get our close approach. At least we get our periapsis now on the map. I wonder at what point you get the actual orbit lines of the moons and of the other planets. Because it's going to be a little bit awkward to get to those if we're not able to see what their orbits are. Even with maneuver nodes. I assume it would be with the maneuver node. Right. Yeah, we can't really see what our... Oh no, we can see what our periapsis is. Can we pin that? 16 kilometers is maybe a little bit low. So if we get as close as we can to lunar, it's our time to periapsis. So we don't have one until we're in an orbit. Okay, that's a little irritating. You think you'd get a time to periapsis reading even when you don't have an apoapsis, when you're on a hyperbolic trajectory, but apparently not. There we are. Look at it in all its beauty. Can you do the cheesy going back to the Space Center to accept more contracts mid-flight? That is absolutely something we can do. Let's have a look. There's a Drew orbit rescue. Whoa. There is not, however, another lunar mission. So there isn't one to then get into orbit of Luna. That would be cool if there was. Perhaps we have to unlock more contracts to do that. But wow, Drew Orbit Rescue. This is one of the new version 1.3 contracts. That's exciting. So we have to get and actually rendezvous with something and dock with it. I mean, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Let's have a look at the tech tree. We've got 30 tech points. So yeah, not quite as many as I might have hoped. Because really what we need is this one, plan maneuvers. So those crew capsules, we get a Soyuz capsule, which is fun. An Apollo-esque one, some new contracts. Some orbital stuff. Having a look, what do these all offer you? So yeah, this is the one that gives you the maneuvers, but orbit lines, it must be this one, right? Unless there's just an option that I'm already just missing. It'd be nice to have slow descent as well to get proper parachutes. So many techs that we don't have the tech points to get. I feel like they're a little bit too stingy with the tech points sometimes, in that you don't quite have the tech you actually need to complete an objective. I think we need maneuver nodes if we're going to be rendezvousing with someone in orbit, right? So we need to absolutely save up for that Gantt charts thing. So we need another 40 tech points. Anyway, so back to Yuri, and let's get him back to Drew. Remember when you didn't like the fact that you could see the Drew's faces? Yeah, I don't like the fact that you could see the Drew's faces. I got the contracts changed by one of the developers. Not for everyone, but I have a little custom career with little custom portraits. I would like to see them in the bottom right, you know, just in their helmets though. That'd be fun. And just to remind you you have crew on board, you know? Okay, so we really want to change this periapsis. So more like 30 kilometers, otherwise we might get a little toasty. That's the wrong way. Okay, let's try this. And there we are. Perfect. And yeah, this is about the right amount of monopropellant to bring, actually. Maybe a little bit too much. And back home we go. Farewell, Luna. Nice to see you again. Has the Druid helmet profile picture swap mod been made available anywhere to download? It hasn't. I probably could. I mean, there's workshop support for this game, right? So I imagine I could just put it on the workshop. The thing is, I didn't make it. One of the devs did. So it'd really be up to them to put it on there, but I'll have to ask them. But people seem to like it, so it really possibly should just be something you can get on the workshop, right? All it does is change the portraits in the actual career folder. It's actually quite simple. And then it's just a custom career, identical in every other way except for just those portraits are replaced. Orbit lines are an option. Okay, where is this option? Is it in here? Because this has got orbit line resolution in it. That's flight info. Oh, craft orbits? Planet orbits. Ah, there we go. You can put SOIs on there as well. Actually, having the SOIs is really helpful. Okay, I'm just an idiot. Still, maneuver nodes we are definitely going to need. Okay. Well, I'm just a moron. Good to know. SOI stuff must be new. I don't think that was there the last time I played 6 years ago. Yeah, it's handy actually, isn't it? Being able to plot them. I know KSP2 has that feature, but obviously KSP1 doesn't. But that's nice. We got a flight log. I just wondering what these buttons do. Translation mode. Okay, cool. Right, let's bring this Druid home. I mean, the fact that we did it without orbit lines, you know. A little bit of bragging rights there. Radio Frank says hello. Hello indeed. How close are we landing to our base? Could be closer. This is going to cost us a lot of money again. But we'll live. Right, we're not going to make the same mistake we made last time, where we sort of crashed back into our service module. Let's actually get rid of this a little bit earlier this time. That's that one I want to get rid of. Right, this is just the interstage, and there we go. Okay. Re-entry time. Nothing we haven't done before. So, I wonder... We do have close encounter information. We just don't have maneuver nodes. Could we do an orbital rescue mission without maneuvers? It's certainly going to be a challenge. But I reckon we can do it, honestly. Enabling the different portraits should be a stock setting. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you there. I do think it's bizarre, honestly, that they have human portraits when these are clearly aliens. Right. Apparently there was some disagreement in the dev team as well about that, which is why one of the devs was so happy to provide me replaced portraits. In KSP I did rescue mission without maneuvers. Yeah, I know it's possible. It's just a bit of a pain. But yeah, I guess we can almost certainly manage it. I guess it'll give us some tech points. It's one of the career contracts. And it's one of the new contracts in the latest version as well. Rescue missions. So, you know what? Yeah, we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a go. See if we can get those all-important tech points. Let's just put my craft into an orbit with the same parameters in a slightly longer orbital period. Yeah, and warp to the intercept. Yeah, I mean, as I said, we can see the close encounter information. So as long as we sort of eyeball the inclination and we get our periapsis to intersect their orbit, then we can just adjust the period of our orbit and then wait until we intercept. Like, very doable. I mean, I did a degree in spacecraft engineering, including multiple modules on orbital mechanics. So, I mean, if I can't do it, then that's a little embarrassing. Right, let's warp on down to the surface. Yeah, this is going to cost us a bunch of money to recover again. I think it was cheaper last time to just recover the Druid and leave the space capsule, because the capsule doesn't cost that much. There we are. Our little army of drogue chutes, because we haven't discovered technology for decent parachutes yet. Click on heat shield. Let's see the highest temp. Oh, does it show you the highest temperature it reached? No, it does not. Okay, yeah, I should have clicked on that earlier. Whoopsie. Ah, well. Ploof indeed. Something kind of satisfying about it, isn't it? You can take control of the craft and EVA the Druid you're rescuing. I wouldn't say that's cheating. Because, I mean, otherwise, we won't have docking ports. So how else would we do it? Right. EVA Yuri. Going for a little splish splash. Is he going to float back to the surface? Oh yeah, he is. He just went for a little dive. That's quite alright. He is orange. I didn't expect him to be orange. I think I accidentally changed the color of his spacesuit. Interesting. Yeah, well, at least the recovery crew are going to be able to find him easily. Right, let's recover you, Yuri. Still 1.6 million to recover him. Ouch. Regardless, we'll just suck it up. It's cheaper than hiring new ones. Alright, then we can just... yeah, we're not paying 40 million to just recover that. No. That's still ridiculous, the recovery costs, though, right? I get that they want to punish you, but... Beatty, do you have any unspoken advice for starting uni? I'm moving tomorrow. It's hardly unspoken, but join societies. Do societies. Like, all my closest friends, all my happiest memories are all from societies. If you do music, join some music stuff. Go to the... called a bun fight, where you go around and all the societies try and get you to join. Do something that you've never done before. Maybe do some dance. Maybe do a sport you've never heard of. But just try things out. Just, you can never try too many things. Yeah, honestly, it's one of the highlights of university. Just do societies. Do as many as you can. Ah. Ah, there's a new lunar flyby mission. I think. Starground being Luna's SOI. 7 tech points if crewed. Didn't we just do this? So we literally just did this. There's another lunar flyby contract. And this one gives us 7 tech points if we send crew on it. Our rescue mission has just vanished. Okay, interesting. It's coming from a moon landing or is it a flyby? It was just a flyby, yeah. Nothing that interesting. Okay, I kind of want that rescue mission back. I think that was going to be kind of interesting. So, how do we refresh? Ah, here we go. There we go. A cutting corners air race is a progression mission, apparently. Prepare a plane race to see zoom by from my window and see if it's true. Interesting. We could do this one with an aircraft if we want to do a bit of aircraft stuff. And then this lunar flyby thing is still here. Okay, we'll accept that. I'm going to accept this cutting corners air race. But I want that rescue mission back. Where'd that go? Aha! There it is. Drew Orbit Rescue. Another one of those cheap, simple crews. Still using the 100% sized docking ports. It's leaking again. This time it was crewed, though. Can you figure out how to bring the Druid back? Absolutely we can. Where are docking ports in the tech tree? That's what I want to know. So I doubt we can dock with this thing. There it is. Now it's connecting 2 crafts and flights. They can be friends and transfer fuel. That's cute. There's still 70 tech points when really we need these maneuvers to start doing more lunar missions. And also get more contracts from this as well. I think all of these give you... Oh no, this doesn't give us new contracts. This one gives us new contracts. Are these all the new contracts things? Because there's that one. Any of these give you new contracts, perhaps? Ah, soft landing does. So I assume the lunar landing things are going to be here once you've actually got landing tech. Okay. To be fair, should we skip the maneuver nodes and go for soft landing and go for a lunar landing without maneuver nodes? I think that would be a bit more fun. Because I think almost certainly it's going to be that contract there. But regardless, in the meantime, let's do a couple of other things. So let's have a little break from doing orbital stuff and let's fly a plane. I think it was the Corsaro. Yeah, this is our favorite plane based off the MiG-21. I was pretty happy with this, so let's just use this one. The ones with a little $sign of them give new contracts. Ah, okay. The druid you had to rescue passed away. Oh, took too long for us to get back from our lunar mission. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, cutting corners, air race. Get to the start checkpoint. Where is the start checkpoint? I don't want to do that one. I want to do this one. No, I don't want to target that. I want to do the air race. Is it in a different location? Trying to see where the checkpoints are. Oh, no, it's target this one. Here we go. Just had to hit the target button. That's why. Ah, I get you. I get you. Okay, cool. Well, let's do this. I reckon this aircraft's fast enough. It was before. MiG-21 and 25, where's the MiG-22? I have honestly no idea what the MiG-22 was, if it even was an operational aircraft. I assume maybe it's one of the more experimental ones. But there's, yeah, the famous ones are 21, 25, 31. So it does beg the question where the other ones are. Man, this plane flies so well. I'm so proud of this plane. We designed it a while ago, but it's still got it. I might make it a little shinier though. Oh, come on. Yes, I feel like it's quite dull looking. Which I know is kind of how the original aircraft looks, but I feel like this could definitely be shinier. Ugh. Okay. Let's make it shinier. That's definitely the reason I crashed. It was wholly intentional, I promise. 25 is the only number you need, best number. Right. Let's redo this a little. Is it this one that's... No. Need to figure out which one's which. Nope. Is it the brushed heavy metal? Nope. Which one are these wings covered in? Ah, this is it. I need to up the smoothness, I reckon. There we go. That's a shiny plane. What do we think? That's a little bit nicer. Maybe make it a little bit lighter. Yeah. That's cool. There's a smooth shading setting in the future that might make this seems a little nicer. Let's have a look. Where's that? Style. Smooth shading. I don't see that. Smooth shading setting in the fuselage parts that can make the seams a bit nicer. Like, should you talk about these seams? Like between the parts? Remember it being a thing. Well, I can't find it. So, I think we'll have to leave it for today. I think 75% on the smoothness is nice. Yeah. That's a little bit nicer looking. Let's save that. And let's try this again. Recently bought an old Soviet military dosimeter. Does funny clicking sound everywhere I point it. Why'd you buy one of those? There was a certain charm to Soviet military surplus equipment, though. Like whenever the astronaut bought his orange flight suit that he used to wear for every video. I miss when every astronaut wore a high altitude flight suit for every video. That was fun. You should do that again. He's just got it on a mannequin behind him now. He takes himself a bit more seriously. I mean, he is going to space, to be fair. Oh, little love tap from the runway. Haven't had one of those in a while. But still, I feel like he used to have, you know, the like quality of his videos has obviously skyrocketed. They're so well researched. They're so well produced. His Soviet rocket engine family tree video is just incredible. It's one of my favorite videos on YouTube, full stop. But I feel like he's kind of lost some of his enthusiasm, you know what I mean? The light's gone out in his eyes. Which, who am I to talk? But still. He's not quite as chipper as he used to be. Maybe it's just because it's become more of a business. The whole team and everything behind him. Just like Beggars Canyon back home. Da, 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 da. I'm trying to read the chat, but I also don't want to fly into a mountain. I'm not sure Yuri would thank me for that. I think we've got Yuri today. Is this Yuri? It is Yuri. Yeah, Sally doesn't do the high-octane plane rides. Does the more thoughtful space exploration. What is that down there? There's a thingy. There's a little structure. I wonder what that is. Things I haven't really done any of the land vehicle stuff. I know that there is a lot of this game that is geared around land vehicles and wheels and things. Thing is, I am an aerospace engineer, not a land systems engineer, so or automotive. So I just have zero interest in land vehicles. I know the land vehicle stuff is a lot more comprehensive than KSP. Just going to slow down because we're sort of approaching the sound barrier and the controls are getting a little bit tricky. I'm going to do some rather tight turns around here. But yeah, I didn't really do any of the land vehicle contracts. Damn, this really is Beggars Canyon. I did a few of them by flying an aircraft and just like touching the ground in each of the checkpoints because you had to be on the ground to actually get the checkpoints. You couldn't just fly through. Oh, hello. This is going to be a close one. Okay. How are we supposed to hit that? What the... Because I cut that fine, right? There's no way I could have gone lower. Okay, we're just going to have to lose a lot of speed. Maybe doing this in an interceptor aircraft rather than a super maneuverable aircraft wasn't the brightest idea. Oh, there we go. He's still got it. Man, I love this plane. I'm really happy with it. Took a little while to perfect like the flying characteristics and get the center of lift where we wanted it. Make it this maneuverable and stable, but man. Now it's got the shiny as well. It has a special place in my heart as well, particularly because a subscriber sent me a Lego model of the MiG-21 after the For All Kelpelkind episode where I did the rocket interceptor version of it. The YE50 variant. They were just like, hey, I've got some space to clear. It was Comrade Katcher. And I've got a Lego MiG-21. Do you want it? It's like, heck yes, I want it. Has pride of place behind me. You can't quite see it because it's on the top of that bookcase behind me with the ISS and the Lego rockets. It does have pride of place. It's just slightly cut out by the field of view of my webcam. Man, these mountains are fun. I had to design an entirely new plane just because of that checkpoint. Okay, so I'm not the only one who struggled with it a little. We've still got plenty of time left. Obviously this aircraft's built more for speed than anything else. Su-57 went. Is that the one with the forward swept wings? It rings a bell. It's going to be one of the crazy experimental Sukhois, I'm sure. I'm it's fun to have a little break from the orbital stuff and go do some of the flying stuff. 57 is a stealth one. Ah. The starting location is very Alter Kerbin-esque. I never really played any like alternate Kerbin or Galileo Planet Pack stuff. Hey, there's that thing again. I'm just going to pause it and have a little look at what on earth this is. What is that? There's a little base. Yeah. Just a little base. Just vibing. How far is that from the village? The village is over there. A little base there. Okay. Good to know, I guess. Put our UI back on. Zoom back in on our aircraft. How do I just reset the... Can I recenter it? Yeah. Anyway, continuing on. You have to deliver a package to it in one of the career missions. Ah. It's a ground station. Okay. And then we're back to the runway. Okay, this is the last one. So we're going to want to lose some velocity. We've throttled our engine back. Now comes the tricky bit of actually landing. I'm just going to quick save. This thing's nice and aerodynamic, so it doesn't really lose velocity very quickly. You got to do some turns to try and bleed off some speed. Still got plenty of time, so we'll be alright. Russian style plane, I love it. Yeah, it's a MiG-21. We put a bunch of effort into it, into a previous stream. Okay. Come on, we can do this. Come on! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Ah, we never quite slowed down fast enough. Oh! Let's just try that one again. Yeah, usually I survive that little bit at the end. I've only made the beginner airport by far the hardest to land at. I know, right? There's no right to be as difficult to land at as it is. I'm going to deploy the parachutes a little earlier this time. Just get the slowdown on the loading of parallax. Come on. Come on. Oh, no. Oh. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Stick the landing. Stick the landing, Yuri. Ah, like a glove. Perfect. Nailed it. Boom. You can certainly walk away from that one. Cool. That was a bit of fun. Okay. Yeah, we've got these ones. Okay, let's do this Drew orbit rescue then. Rescue the Druid. We can probably send up our existing spacecraft. Massively overbuilt. Maybe slap some more monopropellant on it. Shrink the top stage a bit. Yeah, I reckon it would be capable of reaching something. Even without maneuver nodes. Yeah, I reckon we can do this. Okay. Let's load the... wherever it is. Suplica. And let's have a low Earth, or low Druid orbit, I should say, variant of this. Right, we're going to need a bunch more monopropellant for a rendezvous. So let's... yeah, let's just overload on monopropellant. Like, this is already an overbuilt spacecraft, so... then if we shave... a couple tons off of this... there we go. And I think we do actually have those little blocks. Yeah, we do. I think these gimbaling RCS nozzles, I don't like them. I don't like them. We're going to use... if I can find them. Here we go. These RCS nozzles. So if we shrink this box down... there we go. We make a little RCS block. And then if we just have a bunch of them. So we've got some there, and then so we can translate, we'll need another one here. Oh, what, it doesn't come with the nozzles? That's a shame. That's alright, we can just do this. And this just makes life a bit easier than having the gimbally ones that are, they're really, yeah, I didn't like the way that they sort of behave, so having some fixed RCS ports, I know what I'm doing with them. Sweet! Okay. These boxes are heavy, better use steel plates. You can make a sub-assembly out of the one with the nozzles. That's true, actually. How heavy are these? 30 kilos. If we shrink them down, how much is it now? They're only 6 kilos. Like, these are 11 each, so... nah. I think we're fine. This is already overbuilt. I mean, this thing's gone to Luna, so I think we'll be okay. Right, let's launch that. I think that'll be fine. From the alley pad. Oh, let's make sure we have got a command disk. And no Druid. Actually, do we need a command disk? Can you control these without a Druid on board? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. You can waste blah, blah, blah. Tim's not going to space anymore as Dear Moon was cancelled. What? Really? I didn't know that Dear Moon was cancelled. That's tragic. Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's a shame. Right, let's see. If we can control this without a command disk. I think we may need a command disk, but we'll give it a go. It's cancelled. Oh, what? Why did it get cancelled? Gotta get Matt to cancel you for being a fake space fan. I'm not a fake space fan. I am just extremely busy with work and life. Right. Can we control this thing? That is the question. It seems so. We can at least change the throttle. We'll see if we can launch it in a minute. But let's get this spacecraft above us. Also, Matt's already cancelled me. Oh wow, I heard you like inclination. Does that go over our launch site? Oh, it does actually. If we orbit round, we can get a little bit closer to its inclination. Probably why it's in an inclined orbit, to be fair, so that you can reach it from a couple of these different launch sites. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, okay. Seems we can fly this without a druid on board. Got a lovely little sunset, though. Check that out. Cool looking spacecraft. With the shiny and the sunset reflecting on it. Hello from Russia. Hello. Miyazawa got the spaceflight itch by going to the ISS, so no moon flight. That's a real shame. Oh well, I've still got Artemis. So the thing is, it's not depending on Dear Moon for its funding anymore, since Artemis is using it as a moonlander, so no huge deal. The big loss there is just that, yeah, Tim spent all that time and effort training for Dear Moon, and then it got cancelled, and Tim doesn't get to go to space now. That's the real loss of that, really. It's a real shame. Let's be real, Dear Moon wasn't going to happen this decade. Picking a crew this early was a stupid idea, but hey, Miyazawa found a girlfriend through the campaign. I remember that. I remember him posting like a, hey, come to the moon with me, like, thing. And he had a little, like, application campaign for getting a girlfriend. Which, I mean, fair dues to the guy. When you're that rich, you do you. Just gotta wonder what kind of person gonna apply, like, job interview style to be a billionaire's girlfriend. I don't know, you think it maybe wouldn't be the kind of person that you'd want to risk being married to, but what do I know? I'm not a billionaire or in a relationship. So that's unqualified to talk about it on 2 counts. What's their apoapsis? Actually fairly high. So we can angle this a little bit south as well. That's so much easier to control with the non-gimbling. We maybe overdid it on the RCS ports though. Just a little. Oh, we changed our inclination a bit too much. I just wanted to burn south a little bit, but these engines are obviously really powerful. Let's get that nice and lined up. Okay, that's as close to that inclination as we're going to get. Oh, our apoapsis has gone above theirs. That's fine. We're going to be a little bit ahead of them anyway. Right, how much have we got left in this? Oh, barely anything. Okay, let's just get rid of the rest of that. How does translation mode work? Is it... Ah, okay, so it's using these controls. How do you go forward? I need to have a look at the controls real quick. In translation mode. Here we go, flight craft. How do I, like, RCS forward, like, translate forward? Translate forward backwards. It's U and O. Interesting. Okay, I'm used to it being H and N. I might rebind that, as long as H and N aren't used by any other things. IJKL. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, these needs to be H. Toggle mouse joystick. Yep. And N. And where's... Actually, that would be an other. Ah, here we go. Put that to U. Forward, translate backwards, HN. Yeah, cool. Fixed. Maybe we have to be out of translation mode. Ah, there we go. We have KSPS controls, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Heck yeah. Okay. Right, let's get to our apoapsis. Don't need more than about a minute, I think, to circularize. Ooh, this is actually very responsive to the RCS inputs. Okay, here we go. What tomfoolery are we up to? Says Chaotic Graphaton. We are rescuing someone. We're doing our first orbital rendezvous. We're not docking with them because we haven't undocked the locking ports. We haven't unlocked the docking ports yet. So we're just going to rendezvous with them, get the Druid out, throw them in our currently empty capsule, and then take them back home to safety. So it's one of the new 1.3 contracts as I understand it. It's quite exciting. I need to learn how to edit Juno save files at some point, so I can do multiplayer-esque stuff the same way I've done with KSP. I'm sure it's not too complicated. I'm sure it's just a bunch of XML files like the rest of Juno. I would be very surprised if it's complicated. One kind of irritating thing is there's no equivalent to the tracking station where you can just go look at the planets and look at all the craft in their orbits. Obviously you can, you know, resume flight and see where different craft are, but you can't really just look at the state of the universe without launching something or flying something. And I find that a little irritating. Particularly if I were to do a multiplayer thing, it's good to sort of get a state of play, so to speak, when you start up the game. I think that's one thing that the Juno is missing, a little quality of life things like that KSP does provide. I think a Space Center view instead of the really quite bland main menu, perhaps of whichever base you most recently launched from, and yeah, a tracking station-esque thing would be really nice. So speed this up a little bit. Juno seems far more advanced than KSP2. I mean, honestly, it's got a lot of the stuff that I wanted from KSP2. It's got the performance, it's got the procedurality, which is basically how I play KSP these days anyway. I think it is just missing a couple of little quality of life bits and bobs that would really, really just make it perfect. Right, we kind of accidentally got a close approach there. Not quite sure how we've managed that quite so well. I suppose I'm used to rendezvous in real scale solar system now, which is obviously a much, much bigger orbital plane. So a little bit easier when the planet's a bit smaller. But yeah, that's not too bad for no maneuver node. Let's just, okay, if we burn our engines, we're going the wrong way. So if we get to Apoaps and then we see if we can just use some RCS and see which direction we need to burn in to try and get that approach a little bit more accurate. I assume we can swap to target velocity. We can. Okay, that makes life much, much easier. So let's fast forward to our periapsis. You overshot. You had it down to 4 kilometers already and overshot. Okay, the thing is I needed to raise my periapsis above the atmosphere. Right, so that's when I stopped burning, was when the periapsis was high enough. So it may well have been on 4 kilometers, but our orbit would have been intersecting the atmosphere, which is obviously not ideal. Just tuned in, how you doing? Hello, Rod. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're doing good. We're rescuing a Druid. Doing our first orbital rendezvous in Juno and Origins. Okay, right. How do we want to maneuver here? So, can I translate in the map view? Yes, I can. Okay, we can pretty much just use our RCS to change this close approach. Can we get close approach info in this panel with our target? Not that I am aware. Probably is an option somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So we do it from the map view. That's fine. Which caused a helium leak on the rescue craft. Ah, the wonders of RCS. So I'm just tapping the translation, just using the RCS to fine-tune our approach here. Yeah, I don't know why I was so adamant I needed or wanted maneuver nodes for this mission. We managed to get a close approach down to under 5 meters without one. So I am not too concerned. I think we're fine. Would you open to doing some Hearts of Iron 4 content in the future? I have done plenty. There's loads on the channel. Different alternate history things. Some of the series ended. Some of them encountered game-breaking bugs. Some of them, like, there were updates, then broke the save file and stuff. I think my complete one was the Communist France one. Another fun one was the Turan Empire. We didn't win. We lost the Second World War, but it was a good bit of fun. Nationalist Spain was good until the game crashed as well. There were a bunch of them. Communist Sweden was also really, really good fun. Communist Sweden, we did really, really well. We were just about to try and conquer the Soviet Union after defeating the Axis and the Allies. And then the save file broke, unfortunately. But yeah, I haven't done it in a while. I wouldn't do it again. I kind of got bored of Hearts of Iron 4, honestly. And now the game has undoubtedly changed so much as to be unrecognizable. So I wouldn't really want to attempt it. I just don't have the time to put into it to get up to speed on it again. Because that game's learning curve is a brick wall. I love the docking ports in Juno have built-in cameras you can switch to. It feels really immersive. That's cool. Target info is actually something that's missing from the game view UI. I could try squeezing it into my Flight Info Plus mod. Oh, you've got a Flight Info Plus mod? That's nice. I really need to look more into the Juno modding scene. It's not massive, but all the mods that are in it are really, really cute. They're really, really impressive. Now, Deep Space Industries has got a hypergolic rocket engine mod, which for some reason they were like really self-deprecating about the quality of their modeling, but I thought it fit into the game's art style perfectly. I thought they did a really, really good job. A whole bunch of Soviet rocket engines, which, you know, I'm a fan of. So, you know, all the different elements for a realism overhaul career mode are there. Someone just needs to make it. And as tempting as it is to put my hat in the ring and say I'll make it, or with all the For All Kerbal Kind Configuration I've done, yeah, I'm definitely entirely capable of doing it. No way do I have time. And I'm sure all of the Full Kerbal Kind fans would be very annoyed if I dedicated a whole bunch of time to doing that. Maybe when Full Kerbal Kind's finished. Maybe I'll look into doing it if someone hasn't already done it by then. But if someone does create a realism overhaul, real scale solar system career mode, I will be the first to play it. Really, just let me know on the Discord if that's something that anyone's working on. Right, so we're approaching our target. So let's switch to our target velocity and rotate round. Try not to use our RCS thrusters now because you don't want to put off our approach. Someone is making one, but it's taking a long time. Thing is, like, you don't need even half the features in KSP RP1. Like, a lot of the features, yeah, they're cool, but you really don't need. It is quite bloated in KSP. It's comprehensive and it is incredible, but I even disable a lot of the features in it, particularly with regard to crew training and the like. Oh, I should have started firing my engine much earlier. Okay, let's veer off to one side so we don't hit them. Ooh! Well, that's certainly one way of rescuing him. I was like, let's veer off to one side, and I veered into them. I would have been fine. Yeah, that's why you don't have intercepts quite that accurate. Okay. This is why we make quick saves. We're fine. We're fine. Consider yourself rescued from life. You're welcome. Okay, let's try that again. And start burning the engine a lot earlier. I didn't realize how low the thrust to weight ratio of this engine is. Probably start burning when we're about 10k out. Suboptimal. You are being liberated. Please do not resist. Exactly. Okay. Right, let's take two. Let's give us another go. I'm going to burn the engine a little bit so we're a little off course, and then... There we go. So hopefully we're not in any danger of whacking into them again. Change our camera view to orbital. Okay, there we go. We've lost a lot of velocity this time. Our close approach isn't quite so close. Let's leave it a nice, safe, like, 100 meters or so. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. We'll get a little bit closer. Docking? No. Kinetic kill vehicle? Yes. That's the real reason we didn't unlock docking ports. It was never our plan. These are from a competitor's space agency, after all. Got to put them in their place, make sure they don't stay up here and become space debris, you know? We've got to make them into more space debris. It's the responsible thing to do. I do like how much more precise the closest approach indicator is compared to KSP. Yeah, because KSP, you only get to 0.1 of a kilometer. You only get 1 decimal place, whereas here you get all the way down to the individual meters, which is really nice. It changes units. And here we are. Have they got a thruster firing? They absolutely have a thruster firing. They have a leak? That's really cool. It's actually like, it's leaking propellant. It's a Soyuz as well. That's awesome. Is that actually, like, causing thrust as well? That's really cool. The fact Beardy's craft survived the crash shows his engineering is clearly superior. Yeah, you got the right idea. Right, here we are. Oh, that's really cool. Like a damaged, leaking Soyuz. Like, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. I like that. Right, is the crew in here? Esther Fritz. Alright, Esther. You're going to have to do a little leap of faith. Trying to remember how to actually control the druids. I think I'm doing a decent job. How do you rotate them? Ah, that's how you do it. How do you go up and down again? Is it... Ah, that's it. I'm getting the hang of this game, slowly but surely. Boom! Rescued! Nice! Oh, check it out. You can look through the docking port. That's cool. I didn't mean to do that, though. Right, let's take control of our spacecraft. Oh, we are taking control of our spacecraft. I just want to change to orbital view. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay. Awesome. Let's untarget that spacecraft. And let's bring him home. Okay, let's actually try and land them close to our launch site. Where is our launch site? Oh, it's here. Oh, we're going over it now. Okay. I haven't really got the knack of accurate landing in Juno yet, so we'll see how this goes. I think we'll just lower our periapsis like here. Maybe that'll... I don't know. We'll figure it out. See what happens. Alright, Esther, you're coming home with us. Game's so fun to play around with the planet editor. Check it out. Yeah, that's another thing as well. Like, wasn't the real scale solar system literally made within the game, within the planet editor? Like, that's so cool to me. I mean, it's really, really cool. I mean, to be fair, we can have quite a steep re-entry because we're not returning from lunar orbit or anything. Anyone looking forward to the new space sim game coming out this year? Is that the... I forgot the name of it. But then they hire a bunch of the KSP2 devs after they got sacked. Okay, and let's bring him home. Spaceflight Sim 2. Okay, actually I haven't heard of that one. I was thinking of a different one. Yeah, I think I was thinking of SFS 2. Is that what SFS stands for? Okay. Yeah, okay, so that is what I was thinking of. First one was 2D, the sequel was 3D. Okay, similar progression to Simple Rockets then. Yeah, I've heard people talking about it in the stream chat, but I really just know nothing about it. Oh, I probably should have detached that a little earlier, but let's just give that a little bonk. hopefully keep our distance from that stage. Hopefully it won't come back and hit us. SFS is shortcut for spaceflight sim. Okay. I need to look into it. Is there a trailer or something? Or any reveals of what it's like? Are we hoping it's going to be what KSP2 is supposed to be? And by that I don't mean the interstellar and the colonies and yada yada. I just mean a streamlined, performant version of KSP like Juno is. SFS2 looks half-baked. Trailer posted a week ago. Ah, okay. I'll check it out. I'll check it out after this stream. In fact, you know what? We could do a live viewing of it. We could do a live viewing on the stream if you guys want me to watch it. If you want to see my reaction to it. A live breakdown of the SFS2 trailer. Right, how close are we going to get to our... Oh, not very, because the planet rotated underneath us, because of course it did. Well, there was an attempt. And it's good that even though KSP2 is cancelled, there are other 3D space games coming out. Velociraptor is very enthusiastic about the idea. The UI looks meh. I don't know. When it comes to UI stuff, like, people are just used to KSP. Like, people kind of hated the KSP2 UI, but honestly, I thought it was an improvement. People are just used to the KSP UI, so anything different, even if it's better designed, people are getting used to, that's all. Looks a lot like early Simple Rockets 2. In that case, I'll probably just keep playing Juno, if I am honest. Oof. There's probably going to be another case where we don't recover the capture and we just recover the Druid. They really need to reduce the recovery cost. Like, I get having a penalty for not landing nearby, but having it cost, like, 1,000 times the cost of the actual part is ridiculous. Even if it is realistic. I don't really know if it is realistic. I guess if you're landing in the ocean, you'd have a recovery fleet and everything. But still, I think it is a bit steep. SFS was kept simple so everyone could understand the basics. SFS2 is based on the one, so you can imagine. Another solo dev project called Keplerian Space Discovery. There's also the the Russian one, whatever it's called. There we are. How much is this going to cost us? Yeah, no. We ain't paying 8 million. That's the entire payout of the contract. So let's, I can see the craft. Let's get ESSA out and just recover them. There we go, 300k. That's fine. Rocket science. That's it. I've got a key for that. I actually got it in my Steam library. Yeah, it's here. I haven't touched it yet. Because I've been playing Juno. I only really got space to be learning one new space sim at a time. But Karnas had good things to say about it. He was really enjoying it. Right. We should have a new Druid now. I think, do they join our squad? Destroy that craft. No way we're paying to recover that. Let's have a little look. Look at our crew roster. Do we have them now? Yeah! We got a new person. Awesome. Right, well let's have a little look at this trailer, shall we? Rocket Works is working on a space game. Yes. Okay, so it's that one that hired KSP2 devs. Okay. Rocket Science has some rough images, but the developer seems super committed to it. Yeah, I'll wait to see where it goes. I think Juno is obviously much more complete at the moment. But let's have a little look-see. So... Space Flight Simulator 2 trailer. Let's have a little look at this. Sequel announcement trailer. Spaceflight Simulator official. Okay, if we mute Juno. And then I'll swap to this. Okay, let's have a little watch. Okay. Looking like KSP with mods. Okay. I mean that in a good way, in that it has clouds, you know, it's stock KSP is ugly. It is an old game at this point. So that is very much a compliment in that, yeah, I like the graphical style and I like the simple geometry. I think there's a lot of charm to that. Just a simplistic, sort of minimalist kind of art style. I mean, similar to what Juno is going for, really. I like the look of it. Got multiple launch pads. Yeah, KSP style building. Doesn't look to be procedural. Okay. Ah, that's some. You got some alias in there, but are they humans? Are you launching people instead of little aliens? They're still adorable. Yeah, I mean, not volumetric clouds. It is flat 2D clouds, which in this day and age, I feel like you could go volumetric. Oh, Starship. That's cool. I don't know if it's our solar system or not. If they're little people, then I assume it's ours. That's cool, actually, that the actual capsule was open. You fly into it. I like that. And the sort of space station modules are more realistic looking. Like, that's cool. You actually got a you got a little lunar rover. Still very KSP1-esque surface textures. Like, parallax exists, and as a mod, it's like I feel like you could be doing a little bit better, right? I feel like you could have a bit more of a leap than this. I thought the same about KSP2 as well. Honestly, like the graphical improvements were just all in the wrong areas. Like, you can make some pretty massive improvements in your fidelity without a massive performance impact. Parallax is a perfect example of that, right? Yeah, like I feel like we can do better than these kind of planetary surfaces in this day and age. Is that a landing pad, or can you build rockets on other planets? You know, again, the re-entry effects. Like, it looks like KSP1. The KSP2 ones are a bit better than this, but the KSP2 ones were still not great. I don't know if you guys have seen. It's a mod in the works at the moment, redoing KSP1's re-entry effects, and it looks absolutely groundbreaking. Absolutely incredible. And so, you know, when it's looking akin to sort of KSP1 with like a couple of mods but not the best mods, I don't know. It depends on how the performance of the game is, right? Like, if they've got a really nicely scaling physics solution and the foundation of the game is really well done, then I don't care, right? Like, I'm very much nitpicking. So there could be a lot of foundational things that are way better than KSP. If you can build a massive 1,000-part monstrosity and the game doesn't slow down, I am on board. Really on board. But again, like, Juno does that. So it's like it has to be optimized for mobile. Oh, it's okay, it's on mobile as well. Okay. Primarily aimed at the mobile market, so simple graphics makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't know it was a mobile game. But still, I can't help but be like, yeah, Mum, can we have Juno? No, we have Juno at home, right? Like, I don't really see what massive advantage it offers over Juno. It's another mobile space game, you know, ported to PC, and it has the KSP approach to building craft, whereas I prefer the procedural Juno approach. And I assume it's going to launch presumably without a career mode or anything. It doesn't look as good as modded KSP. I wouldn't know until I played it, but looking at it, I can't say I'm that excited. Like, it doesn't really offer anything particularly new as far as I'm concerned, or that different, but that's just my 2 cents. Juno needs better surfaces too, though. Well, exactly. So it's like, that's the thing. Like, if it had incredible surface textures and parallax stuff, which really isn't that performance hungry at all, you know, it doesn't offer anything different to what already exists. So yes, Juno's surface textures, even with parallax, aren't amazing. So why would I go play a game which similarly doesn't have great surface textures, you know, but has some of the features from KSP that I prefer less than the way that Juno does it? I don't know. Early days. I can't really judge it from the trailer. I'll wait till it launches and I'll watch some reviews, I reckon. Right. We get 7 tech points if we go to the moon again. Okay. There's a specific orbit contract, some CubeSats, some air races. You get 5 tech points if this one's crewed, actually. So we are going to do this one. Hey, this one gives you 10 tech points if it's crewed. Okay, yeah, I think this is probably going to be a faster route to getting the tech points we need. Because people are saying the new contract ones... Ah, they have a dollar sign next to them. Okay, perfect, yeah. So soft landing would definitely give us a lunar landing contract, I reckon. Now that we've done the flyby. Either that or this one. You'd imagine it would be the first one, though. Because this sort of gives you everything you need to go land on the moon. And then we've got off-road contract down there. And there's another contract one over here. That's probably interplanetary stuff, right? You're getting full flow stage combustion, methalox. Yeah. Deep space stuff. That's got to be station contracts, right? You would think so. Okay, let's do some simple tech point contracts and see if we can get this tech, get the landing legs, and then next stream our aim is going to be land on Luna. I reckon we can do that. So all the contracts that are giving us bonus tech points if they're crewed, we're going to do this. I mean, we're doing them all crewed anyway. This gives us 50. We're going to do a bunch of these. I mean, this will give us enough. Actually, we don't need this one. This only gives us 5. Yeah, we just cancel it. It's fine. Oh, this one gives us an access to a new location. Seeing the perfect candidate for one of our missions. We're trying to validate the new alley base radars. Fly for 10 kilometers under 100. What? Under 150 meters. Okay, while going at Mach 1 or above near the base. Heck yes. We've got to fly to the alley base first, but can we launch from there? We got to do this one. I mean, hands down. But can we launch from there, or do we have to fly out to it? I assume we have to fly out to it. It's been a while since we unlocked a new location, though. Let's get the Corsario back out. We'll take Essa for a little spin this time. No, we have to fly out to it. Okay. I mean, we could launch from the alley pad. Not exactly a runway, but it would be a lot faster. Dang it. No, we can't. Okay. It was worth a try. I mean, we could launch it upright. Can we just rotate the entire vehicle? Where's the like root part of this? Oh, whoops. Is it this? No, it's the cockpit. I didn't mean to do that. No. Oh, we can just click the cockpit. Okay. That's irritating. There we go. This is really dumb, but I feel like it might work. Strap it to a rocket space shuttle style. Takeoff is tricky but doable, apparently. I mean, we could really do with being rotated that way a bit. Because... Can we rotate this round? Okay, you know, we probably have to launch it at a little bit of an angle and also rotate it a little bit that way. But I reckon we can still do this. Wait, no, we're going to undo it. Okay, so we wanted to rotate it. Oh. No, I wanted the cockpit, not that. There we go. That way. And then just a little bit like that. Is it going to let us launch that? It is! This is really dumb. Why could you not have launched it horizontally? It's too wide for the pad. Because it's a rocket pad. But launch it at an angle and all is well. Actually, I am just going to slam the brakes on and time warp until daytime. Fly low around the alley base, which is just over there. I am smart. SMRT. Okay, that's one of the more cursed things we've done today. Right, and now we just got to take off. But... Oh. And I immediately deployed parachutes. It just looks like, what is happening? I need to complete a contract where I need to discover a nearby runway. Things we've already unlocked the rocket pad. So we just launched the plane at the pad and we're going to fly over. It saves us flying all this way. We haven't even unlocked the Drew Space Center, actually. So it saves us flying all the way from the Juno village. Which is obviously desirable. And here we are. Piece of cake. Why have I lost roll control? Am I in translation mode or something? I am unable to roll the aircraft. can pitch. But why is my map at an angle like that? Earth is going on. I'm really confused. Like, I can't roll. Because you launched vertically, it messed stuff up. Oh. Oh. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, that really has messed things up. My rudder is my roll control? How do I reset that? It's in rocket mode. Right. Right, I see. Can I reset that? Or no? Or is that just stuck like that now? Auto config controls is like off. Can I change that or no? Am I just stuck with this now? Okay. Get in range of the alley base. Fly at Mach 1. Oh my gosh, this is really dumb. This is so dumb. This is what I get, I guess. This is what I get. Right, we gotta get up to Mach 1. Ooh. This is really hard to control. I'm using A and D as my roll, and it's not even in the direction you'd expect it to be. Oh, this is so stupid. I press Y. Roll and your inputs swapped. Oh, that's better. It's still rolling the wrong way. So left roll is right roll is left roll. But that is better. Climb higher than nose down, people are saying. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that makes things a lot easier. Still inverted, but it's better. Can the plane even go that fast? It absolutely can. It just doesn't usually. Oh, okay. Actually, the thing to do is probably fly as low through this little canyon here, and that will probably be good enough. So we have to fly underneath 150 meters and then fly for 10 kilometers above Mach 1. So yeah, I think the thing to do is fly down this like strip here. That's going to be the easiest thing. This is really cursed. Quick save. Okay. This is so hard to control. This is struggling to get through the sound barrier. It has done it before, I swear. Maybe with a different fuel load. Maybe we need to slap a rocket engine on it. That would probably help. He doesn't have to fly it for that long. Yeah, it's really struggling to get through the sound barrier. Okay, let's just gain a lot more altitude. So I swear it got through the sound barrier when we were doing the air race stuff. Can visually tell the struggle by how much the plane is jiggling around. Guess Drewman installed the controls backwards. I guess they did. Okay, we need a much more dramatic fall this time if we're going to get through the sound barrier. So it needs to be a bit more of a vertical drop. The race may well have been at a higher altitude, actually, because it was in the mountainous bit. Yeah, we're really struggling. This is also a nightmare to control. So, okay, we're going to need to try something else. I think slap a rocket engine on this, which you have done before, and possibly launch it from the Juno village. I worry it's going to run out of fuel, though. Okay, you know, I guess we can fly it like this. But it is going to need a rocket engine. For sure. My oh my, this is cursed. Okay. Engine. I guess a mage? Would want a gnome. I guess a mage, right? But just shrunk down. We do not need gimbal. It can be shrunk right down. Like that. That's probably enough. There we are. Sure. Let's give that a go. Is this automatically changed to Carolox? Yeah. Okay. Right, let's give that a go. That should be a bit easier. I may need to fill these fuel tanks a little bit more, though. Then it's going to fly badly. What if I fill it at the front and the back, I guess? Actually, where's our center of mass? Okay, let's try and keep the center of mass around there. Good enough. What's our thrust to weight ratio? Make this engine a little bit bigger. That should be more than enough. He says. Entirely confidently. Right, let's try that. This is really stupid. Yeah, you need a lot of fuel to get from the Juno village to the alley base, that's the thing, so... I think this is going to be the easiest way to do this. Not the way you're supposed to do it, but, I mean, that's been the case for most of this career mode. How do you replace the picture for the contract people? I made a custom career, which you literally just copy-paste the default career and, like, just replace the files for the images. It's not included in the game. They're custom images that one of the developers made for me. I'll look into releasing them because there seems to be a lot of interest in it. But I need to have a little look at workshop support and see how I actually go about doing that. Okay. It seems that my controls are not back to normal. Wonderful. So I have my yaw. And roll on one? Interesting. We'll swap the inputs again. Okay. Oh! Oh, that was close. Oh, them being inverted is really messing with me. Okay. Just gotta lose some altitude. Come on! Come on! Get to Mach 1! Okay, Mach 1. Fly more than 10 kilometers. That might be tricky. Okay, bugger. Yeah, we messed it up. Let's try it again. This is so hard to fly. So unbelievably hard to fly. Okay. I do not like that it changed your control schemes. Oh, that was close. Crikey. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Come on. This is a really hard contract. Come on. Just a few more kilometers. Just a couple more. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Oh, man. That was tricky. How much fuel do we have left? Not a huge amount. My oh my. Now we've got to try and land this thing. At least we've got a giant runway to land it on. Who's saying GG? Yeah, that's definitely the way to go, because that side you've got to fly like up the mountains, whereas here you can sort of fly through these canyons, so you can actually fly for a full 10k. Man, that was something. That was certainly one of the contracts of all time, wasn't it? I do not like how the way that you launch the craft affects how you control the craft. It really should just be the orientation of whatever's controlling it. I find that very strange. I mean, I guess I get what I deserve in trying to game the contract, but at the same time, yeah, I didn't expect to end up having to like change the control scheme of the aircraft just because I launched it from a rocket pad. Right, this is going to be real tricky. And watch me the next time I play it, I'm now used to an inverted flight scheme. Okay, that's considerably easier to land at than the village runway, that's for sure. Well, there we go. We've unlocked a new launch site. A significantly better launch site for aircraft, that's for sure. Great stuff. Right, we just need to complete these two, which I reckon we can probably do in one flight. And then we can go unlock those landing legs. Sweet. Right, Valley Air Race and learning to fly. So we get 25 tech points total, then we can go get those landing legs, and then next stream we'll be able to go land on Luna. That's going to be the aim. Right, let's undo all of our... Oh, wrong one. All of our messing about. And launch. Hey! You got two different runways as well. Mid-sized runway situated in a secret military base in Salt Lake surrounded by tall mountains. So it is just... It's Area 51, isn't it? What are the other ones? We've got DSC Bay. So this is the Drew Space Center. And there's a base on the moon. I imagine it's probably a pretty complicated contract you got to complete to unlock the lunar base. But it's cool that you can unlock one. I was looking at the price of launching there. I was like 10 per kilogram. It's 55 at the Drew Space Center. Then realized, oh no, it's 10k per kilogram to launch from there. Pretty cool though. You could launch Sojourner-esque mission to another planet from it. It's really cool that they've actually got launch pads on other planets. Other celestial bodies, I should say. Right. Let's do this. Landing at Alley Base Runway is like a blessing after dealing with the village. You are absolutely right. My oh my. Have you heard of Flyout? No. I can't say I have. What's that? Should I have heard of it? Can you launch a CubeSat with an ion engine from it? I think an ion engine still wouldn't have enough thrust, unless it was a Hall effect thruster, maybe. Unlikely it would have enough thrust even to take off from the moon. It's only 1/6 gravity. That's still significant compared to the amount of thrust that ion engines tend to produce. Right, are we going to activate both of these at once? I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. Is fly out the really detailed aircraft designer one that I've seen people doing videos on? Yeah, I think I've seen it. I think I'm aware of it. It looked very, very complex though. Even as an aerospace engineer, well, really I'm a spacecraft engineer. I really don't... Oh, wow, we did absolutely activate both of these at once. Target this one. Okay. Wait, did we... No, this is the one we have least time on. So, yeah, let's do this one first. And then we'll see if we can do the other one. I didn't realize accepting them both at once would cause a problem. Yeah, like I'm really not a massive plane nerd, and I very quickly specialized as far away from aircraft as I could. On my degree, I went straight for spacecraft, space debris, orbital mechanics. That was my jam. Oh, we can really get 2 checkpoints in one here. Heck yes. That's cool. Being 2 separate air races at the same time. I wonder if this is a fast enough aircraft to actually do that. Oh, bugger. I wasn't expecting that to be quite such a small checkpoint. I don't think we can afford the time to do that. There's not even an undo button. Yeah, it sounds like it does need a bit of quality of life tweaking. I think, from what I've seen, it's very targeted towards engineers and it's very early days. But yeah, as I said, people would probably think I'd be much better at it than I actually would be. Although, yes, I did cover all facets of aircraft design and flight mechanics and everything. It was very much just, I did it to get a passing grade in it. Crammed for an exam, did well on the exam, and then forgot all of it. I haven't really kept up interest in it or passion in it. That's why, even though I have a degree in this stuff, I usually find people correcting me when I talk about stability derivatives and things, dihedral wings, whenever I do these streams, because it's been a while. It's been years since I did that stuff, and as I said, like, my interest area was spacecraft, and my last few years of uni, last 3 years of uni was all spacecraft stuff. Right, I just want to get to the top and then take off again. Come on, come on. Whoa. Okay, and let's see if we can now do the other one. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, that was a close one. We may have stalled our aircraft just a little. Sometimes it does is really good, really nitpicking. I'm obsessed with the wing tip vortices it has. That is cool. Okay, we now have about half the time we should have to do this valley air race. I'm not sure if it's quite going to work, but we'll try and do it as fast as possible. 2 air races in 1. Our aircraft are that good. Imagine in reality you actually signed up for 2 air races that start at exactly the same time and your aircraft was so capable you could just do both of them at once. Pretty insane. Right, I'm going to quick save because if we miss any, we're probably going to run out of time. We have to do these really lightning fast. Just finish watching Top Gun and join the stream. See you weaving between mountains. Which one? I assume you'll be talking about Top Gun Maverick, right? Because, man, that set piece is truly incredible. Maybe a little bit too Star Wars inspired, but man, amazing movie. I had no right to be as good as it is. I love it when Legacy sequels knock it out of the park. Like Blade Runner 2049 and obviously Top Gun Maverick. So I think we have gone through the sound barrier, but we obviously are at a higher altitude and we've burned through a fair bit of our fuel load. So maybe that's why. I can tell from the Mach effects. I need to trim this aircraft a bit. There we go. Means they had to hit a vent weak point. I mean, yeah, they had to fly down a trench, then hit a vent weak point, and then one of the aircraft's targeting like laser fails, and they do it by eye. Like, it's more than just a couple of plot points in common with Star Wars, but I do not mind. It was just a bit of fun. I just find it funny to do that comparison. Use the Schwartz. You didn't make those other connections. Man, we did a good job on this aircraft. The fact I think we're actually gonna do this. I know I've been gushing about this plane like the last 3 streams in a row, but we did do a real good job. Okay, now we need to lose a lot of speed. We have 1 minute to actually land the aircraft. We have to do a couple of banks here just to bleed off. Well, this is actually gonna work. Like, this has no right to have actually worked. 2 air races in 1. Now that's efficiency. Okay, we have 30 seconds to land now, so even if we're not quite going slow enough, we're just gonna have to attempt it. 20 seconds. I reckon we can do that in 10 seconds. Let's just quick save there in case we completely balls this up. Yeah! Now we just have to survive the landing. Where did our parachutes go? Oh. Nailed it. Let's try that again. Let's fire those parachutes off a little earlier. We just sort of ran out of time. I wanted to do a couple more loops, but we actually just, yeah, ran out of time there. Okay. There we go. What the? Oh, the chute broke off because it went under too much stress. We actually, yeah, because we were flying too fast. Huh. Okay. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? We'll get the checkpoint, and then we'll land. So we'll just fly through the checkpoint, and then we'll loop back around and land safely. Because we can take our time then. I didn't rotate the camera fast enough. Okay, 4th time's the charm. We just need to fly through the checkpoint, and then we finish that contract. We can take our time landing then. Man, why is the starting runway so ridiculous to land on? Like, that really has no right to be as ridiculous as it is. Okay, there we are. Still though, 2 air races and 1. Not too bad. And that actually gives us the tech points we need. I think the contract's giving you additional tech points if you do them with druids and everything. Ooh! God damn it. I think those particular tweaks are also from the latest 1.3 update. Because I don't remember that really being a thing. You didn't get massive rewards for flying missions with druids pre-update. Okay. Let's give this one more go. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of like stutter on load because of parallax. I think what I need to do is go into the parallax settings and change the dynamic LOD, like so that it has the range to whack it all the way to 0 and then just gradually increase it to maintain the frame rate. I think that might be a good idea for next stream. I'll give that a go because right now I've got variable LOD on. Obviously, once it's actually loaded everything, it's fine, but it's just that initial startup that, yeah, really chugs. So if I give it more freedom to lower the LOD all the way down to like 0, I think we'll avoid that stuttering. Nailed it. Good enough. Any landing you walk away from. Whoa, 75 tech points. That's more than I was bargaining for. Why did we get quite so many? I'm not sure where we got all of those from. I was expecting 25. Maybe it already had a tech point reward and we just got bonus ones for doing it with a druid. Yeah, there's another one. Alley Air Race. We haven't done one of those before. Launching from our new launch site. So we'll accept that ready for our next stream. But, tech points if crewed 20. Yeah, I wonder how we got that many. We ended up with 45 tech points. Not that I'm complaining. I do wonder where all these tech points come from sometimes. Okay. So, obviously we wanted Gantt charts, but I think this soft landing tech is more important. So, we'll grab ourselves that. And see what contract we then get offered. I think we're going to accept the Valley Air Race because it gives us 20 tech points as well. Like, I didn't realize, yeah, the fact that now if you redo these with crew, obviously they get harder and harder and harder as you do higher and higher rounds, you get more and more tech points. That's great, because I think my sort of complaints about tech points being really quite difficult to get is sort of expecting you to do missions that you don't really have the tech to do yet, kind of requiring you to do things quite jankily. Maybe that's just me being an idiot, but yeah, it's nice to see that they seem to have actually tweaked that a little. Right, let's refresh our contracts. Got a Drew surface rescue. While attempting an air race near the Juno village, a druid crashed their simple cub. Can you safely bring them back to the Juno village? Interesting. I guess the way to do that would be like have a little light aircraft that can either land really slowly or go out there in a tracked vehicle or something. We'll leave land rescue for another day. So there's alley race, and this is alley air race. I don't really want to do the alley race, if I'm honest. Let's refresh them. Come on. You give us anything with the landing gear? Any lunar landing contracts, or do we have to finish? Probably have to finish this lunar flyby contract first, I reckon. So if we do another one of these, and I reckon we'll get offered a lunar landing contract, because this is another progression one. But we'll do that in a future stream. That mission is tricky without a VTOL. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. I will see all of you not next Friday, maybe next Saturday. I look at my calendar and realize I am busy next Friday. So possibly Saturday, possibly Thursday. I will try and stream next week though. And yeah, we're going to try and get a few more tech points by doing some of the more of those races with our Corsaro aircraft that has served us so well. And then we're going to see if we can land on the moon. I reckon we can probably land on Luna by the end of next stream, which is exciting. So thank you everyone for watching. Landing contracts are on a research tier. Yeah, I think we unlocked that. I think we've unlocked them. And we just need to finish the lunar flyby prerequisite progression contracts, and I reckon we'll get offered it. If not, we should have enough tech points by then to go for the next one, which should definitely give us those contracts. So, cheers for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Enjoy your weekend, stay safe, and I will see you all soon.